All right, guys. Welcome. This is going to be a show about where I make my picks across the major sports each night. And I'm going to today. Might as well start off with the premise that it's January 17th, 2019, and I'm going to be going over NBA, college, and of course NHL. And then today is Thursday. Tomorrow we have a big weekend with football, starting with football, and we'll go over that on Friday. Of course, with the Patriots, Chiefs, and the Rams at the Saints. Now, I'm kind of a little all over the place. I have some parlays, I have a prop bet, and I have a couple single bets that I'm really confident in. And there's a couple things I want to go over. So we'll start off. The rules of this we'll say show are where I start off with 100 credit every single day, and what I'll probably do is, since I'm starting so late in the week, I'll start with 100 credit, see where I'm at tomorrow, and use that credit, and then we'll find out where I'm at the end of the week. And then starting Monday, we'll have a fresh start. Maybe I'll start with like 500 for the week, and then see where I end up at by Friday, if I'm cashing out or if I'm having to reload or anything. So but today I just did it where I'm starting off with 100 credit, and these are my picks and the bets and the odds I'm getting. So I actually started off with college basketball. The biggest game of the night is going to be Michigan State at Nebraska. Nebraska's coming off a pretty convincing win at Indiana, who was ranked 25 at home. And the thing I don't like about when teams go and do that, I mean, Nebraska's 500 on the year. They still haven't really proven too much to me. And Michigan State, to me, is one of the most consistent teams that we've seen in the past 10, 20 years in college basketball. They have one of the best coaches in college basketball with Tom Izzo, and I truly believe that Michigan State's going to roll in there. I cannot believe they're only 2-point favorites. They're the number 6 team in the country. I'm taking Michigan State at just the money line to win. It may be close, but I just like Michigan State to finish. They close. They're well coached. That's just what they'll do. And so I'm taking 30 of my 100, and it's to win 23-08. They are currently minus 130 on the night. So taking Michigan State, that's 30 to win 23-08. Now moving on to the NBA, there's a lot of games out there. I believe there's like 7 games on the night, and there's one game that I really like that just kind of jumps out at me. Let's see. Okay, so there's 6 games tonight, but there's one game that jumps out at me, and that's Denver at home. They just got smacked around by Golden State, gave up a ton of points. And they want to kind of assert their dominance and kind of let their fans know, like, hey, we're still here. They're actually favored by one of the biggest spreads I've seen. They're actually giving 14 points, and it's at home against the Bulls. And the Bulls have been traveling on the West Coast for a little while now. So I think Denver bounces back. I think they cover the 14. They might win by 20 or 30. So also, if you're looking at daily fantasy, maybe stay away from the big guys like Jokic and Millsap and guys who might not be playing in the fourth quarter, just because I truly believe it's going to be a blowout. And I'm taking Denver at 15 to win 13-64. That's my single bet in NBA. That's probably my second favorite bet. I like Michigan State the most since they're getting such good odds. And then moving on, we are going to go over hockey. Looking over the games, there's 2 games that really stand out to me. We got the Tampa Bay Lightning at home versus the Toronto Maple Leafs, which, it's the 1 and 2 teams going at it. I'm gonna, go with my guns, trust the Lightning to win at home, take care of business. It's gonna be close. The Lightning probably will start off from behind and then end up, coming back to win the game. And then Boston will be at home. The Boston Bruins are at home versus the St. Louis Blues, and I just, with Boston being at home and the Lightning being at home, I love home teams in hockey. I just think they're really both tough teams at home, and I'm taking them at 20 to win 34.91. So that's a parlay I have in hockey, $20 to win 34.91. Those are the strongest games I saw. And an honorable mention is I actually think the Blackhawks are going to go into the New York Rangers and beat them tonight. They're the underdog, and that's my honorable mention, my wild pick. Doesn't count to anything, but I just, as a stretch, I do believe the Blackhawks are going to win tonight in New York. Now, moving on to an NBA and college basketball parlay. Now, I'm kind of riding hard on Michigan State. They're putting a lot of faith in them. I have a parlay with the Pacers, money line, minus 165 at home versus the 76ers. Joel Embiid is a game-time decision, so that line could move further, closer, depending on his status of play. But I think Indiana wins a statement game at home. I have Michigan State, again, money line minus 130. And then I have OKC in a bounce-back game at home versus the Lakers. Now, they're giving 10. I don't feel that confident that they're going to cover 10, but I do love them to win at home. I think that they should win pretty easy. But that's my like bigger parlay. But since it's 3 teams, I'm putting 10 to win 23-58 on that one. So far we've gone over. I've spent 75 of my 100 credit on my picks so far, and then that leaves me one. I'm doing one bet for 25 credit, and I go over all the props I see. Usually it's in NBA, and I look over who might score points, who's going to be rebounding, assists, things like that. And now there are a couple things. There's one thing I want to go over, and that is this Phx Suns versus the Toronto Raptors game. Now, you might see the line and be like, -7, Toronto? Oh, give me that all day. No problem. If you're just quickly looking, you're probably taking that -7 or running with it versus Phoenix. But then you do a little research, and then you find out Kawhi's out. Kyle Lowry's not playing. So that kind of changes the whole dynamic of the Toronto Raptors. And with that being said, with those two guys being out, a guy that I usually tend to notice who steps up and loves the spotlight. This is another honorable mention when I have to prop bets. If you have more credits than I do for yourself to bet with, you can go with this. But I believe Serge Ibaka is 19.5 is his over/under in points for tonight. I believe he'll go over. I think he'll easily score in the 20s. He's going to be the guy that shoots the threes. He's going to be fighting hard in the paint. Not a tough team to do that against. But my favorite prop of the night, with no Kawhi, no Kyle Lowry, the best player on the court then becomes Devin Booker. They have him at 22.5 points. I'm taking the over in that one. I'm betting 25 to win 22-73. That Booker will score 23 points or more. So those are my picks for the night. I'm laying 100 to win 117.94. Hopefully we do well. Hopefully we have a positive night. And then tomorrow on Friday, January 18th, 2019, hopefully we will be, counting the money and then see what I have to make picks again tomorrow as well. And then, like I said, I'll be going over the NFL, and then I'll be coming back on Monday and starting a whole new fresh week, going over past picks, and then looking forward to the Super Bowl, looking forward to any, the Pro Bowl. I might start looking into tennis matchups. The Australian Open's going on. Then we have golf coming up with Torrey Pines. Tiger Woods is making his return, and we'll talk about things like that. So this is what I have for tonight. Like I said, it's Thursday, January 17, 2019, and I will get back with you tomorrow, and we'll go over my picks, how I did, if I'm embarrassing myself or not. But thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you soon.